They dream the Canadian dream. Goulet Omar and Abdikadir Omar aren't related, but both are asylum seekers passing the days waiting for refugee board hearings, delayed indefinitely.
I wanted to present my case in front of the judge.
We first met the two early this year in Mexico City, both fleeing political persecution in Africa, trying to get to Canada, saying the U.S. wasn't an option.
They are against immigrants, refugees.
Days later, they did cross into the U.S. and ultimately made it to Manitoba, where they made refugee claims allowed under international convention. Hearings were scheduled in Winnipeg, then postponed.
It was about 15 days to go, and actually I didn't even feel nervous because this is process, and I know everything will go by God's way.
It's not just them. A process that's supposed to take at most 60 days is now taking 16 months. The Immigration and Refugee Board of Canada, which ultimately decides who can stay, is overwhelmed. This year, more than 13,000 asylum seekers have crossed illegally into Canada. More than half of those crossed into Quebec this summer, where the Immigration and Refugee Board says it's now focused almost exclusively on those arrivals.
It's about how much person power we have to have members in a hearing room to hear these claims.
Board funding is being reviewed. Meantime, this Winnipeg immigration lawyer says it's a problem for other claimants.
Well, the hardship is they would like to move on with their lives.
Right now, both men are looking for work. Refugee status would make that easier, along with the stability of knowing they can start building lives here.
It's about, everything that I stand for, my family, my future. Everything depends on that in court hearing.
Whenever that time finally comes. Cameron McIntosh, CBC News, Winnipeg.